Hello. This is going to be Oracle of Seasons, any percent. So can I just start then?
Yeah, you can get started once you're ready.
Okay. And go! What? Oh. Really? There we go. Sorry. My timer didn't want to start. Okay. And actually, go. Hi, this is Oracle of Seasons, any percent. Not a whole lot goes on for the first part. So basically, story of the game. Link gets sent to a different land by the Triforce to save it from evil, and he lands in Holodrum, and a girl named Din finds him in the wilderness and nurses him back to health, and then there's a party going on and everything's good, and hey, there ain't no evil stuff. And then lightning and rain and tornadoes. So the first thing I guess I would say about the game is text. Text moves really, really quickly. You can set the text speed, and we put it on the fastest speed, and then text can be advanced, like closed by both A and advanced by both A and B, and then any input can close a text box once it's completed. So that's how text works in the game. Anyway, Onyx is the General of Darkness, and he takes Din and says, "Mwahaha, I'm going to trap you in a crystal and sink the Temple of Seasons below ground so that all the seasons can be messed up and the world can rot and destruction upon everything." So now we gotta start moving. This first part of the game is really boring. There's not much that's going on. Especially before we get Pegasus Seeds before Dungeon 3. But yeah, for some reason they decide it was a good idea to lock the only sword away in a cave full of monsters. Boop. The run uses liberal usage of save and quit. There are also those unfortunate circumstances, because what we do to save and quit is we go down one, hit save and continue, and then do a soft reset, which is AB start select. There are those unfortunate cases where sometimes you just don't hit down in time, and then you hit A and it's continue without saving, and so you just soft reset without saving, and that's really terrible. So I will try to go slow throughout the run so that I don't do that. So we entered Horn Village, and what we needed to happen is get not winter, and we did not get winter, we got summer, because Horn Village has a random season when you enter it. During winter, the screen that we pass through with the heart piece on it, that's where snow drift piles up in winter, and it adds like 2 screen transitions. It's very slow. This is the Great Mako Tree. He says a lot of stuff that's boring and we don't care. And he gives us a key, because everything's locked. Even a tree root. I'm not sure how they got all these locksmiths in Holodrum to make keyholes in rocks. So we enter, and this is the first dungeon. Very not exciting still. Something that was added more recently to the route is an RNG manip, which involves hard resetting and slashing your sword a few times, and I'll explain that more later. Link looks adorable when he's riding the cart, in my opinion. Like, just look at him, he's so happy. Well, not really happy, because he doesn't have any facial expressions, but he looks like a little baby in a crib. I actually love the Oracle's Link and the LADX Link. I think he's adorable. He looks like he's wearing pajamas. Okay. Actually, one thing that I want to make sure of is that I don't fall below 2 hearts, because I'm going to do damage boosts coming up while moving to the mini-boss. So, it was good that that keys dropped the heart. So, pull the bomb out. Go up. So we just walk through these spike traps. And the saw. Good thing I caught that fairy. Okay, now this mini boss, we want to throw a bomb, get 2 hits off the bomb, which is like 4 hits with our sword. Do is hit them once before the bomb hits, spin slash, and then another hit, and it kills them immediately. That's typically how I like to do it. That's an instance of like a quick close on the text. I hit A and then hit the directional button I wanted to go in, and it closes the text box really quickly. So we go here. I use the Ember Seed just because it's faster than using the sword. Then we've got to kill all the moblins to get the boss key. And then we do a hard reset. So we have to mash start. Because the press start screen rolls RNG every frame that it's on screen. I slashed until I heard the high pitch sword slash. And then I light these, walking as quickly as I can. I'm walking in a certain direction here so that the wall masters don't spawn in my way, because wall masters, unlike other enemies, will spawn directly where you're walking. So for the boss, I slashed until I heard a low pitch sword slash, and then slashed one other, held it for a spin slash, spun the horn, and then wailed on the horn until Aquamentus died. That way I don't get a charge, because every charge costs 10 seconds. After every dungeon, the Maku tree starts talking. telling you where to go. But we already know where to go, so we don't have to listen to him. Also, he's speaking Japanese, and I did study Japanese, but it's been a while. Anyway, the RNG manip actually continues all the way until we get the power bracelet in Dungeon 2, so everything that's going to be happening is completely manipulated. Unless I say, oh yeah, that was wrong, and then I fall off manip. But I'll say when that happens. Ooh. This is Rosa, and we get to play our favorite game, hide and seek. I slashed until I heard the low-pitched sword slash, come burn this sign, and I get 5 rupees, 1, 2, 3, 4. This so the manip also, 1, 2, keeps Rosa on her fast cycle, because she has 2 patterns per each of the screens, and one's faster than the other, so this manip keeps her on a faster pattern, and we also get 10 rupees from the signs that we burn. 1, 2. Burn the sign. 5 more rupees. That's all the rupees that we need for the run. We will get more rupees because I'm going to get the heart ring later on, and that gives me, like, after all said and done, probably around 35 to 45 rupees. This is Sabrosia. It is an underground lava land where Link can walk freely without having to wear any protective gear because, you know, convection smection. Anyway, this is where the Temple of Seasons landed. Okay, that was a mess up, but I believe I only slashed once, so we might still be good. I'll find out. Anyway, we come into the main hall and we get the Rod of Seasons, but the Rod of Seasons doesn't have any power on its own, so we've got to go enchant it by visiting each of the 4 towers. We only have access to 1 right now. Now, when you normally play the game, you're supposed to go through this horrible minigame called Subversion Dancing to get a boomerang to hit the crystal switch. We have bombs, and we can just throw bombs over the lava, so that's what we do instead of wasting time doing Subversion Dancing. And so we get winter. In winter, what happens is ponds freeze, and trees defoliate, which opens paths. Like, right now we can't swim, so we're going to use winter to freeze a pond. So hopefully my manip isn't messed up. I think I only slashed once, which I've done 1 slash before and it hasn't messed it up. Because of the placement, I like to put my rod on. Typically you're supposed to get 3 mid slashes. And I did, because I was dumb. But this makes it a little tougher, because it makes the enemy placement a little tighter. Oh, we just barely made that. No, Warren Dancing is much better in Ages than Subversion Dancing in Seasons. So we slash. You stand on a stump to change the seasons, and seasons go in like your chronological order. So I wanted the Moblin at the cave to turn, which he did, which allows me to just double once and do this. And then we'll also want the moblin in the corner to turn up, which he did. So that I don't have to do extra shovels to keep my RNG right. Because shoveling rolls RNG, sword slashes roll RNG. Also, on fading transitions, I forgot to explain. On fading transitions, I'll try and map my my equips, because if you mash start during a fading transition, you can move more quickly than if you let the fading transition go all the way through. So this is the final part. We'll listen for a high, mid, low, high, which we got. Sometimes if you're too close to the block there, the other moblin can spawn and it can ruin your RNG. So we just do that. And boom! And that is our first RNG minute. There will be another one, which involves Maple. So now we're back in a different part of the dungeon. This is a timed chest, so you want to make sure you get through here quickly, but I don't think I've been on a run where I have ever missed it. Ever. I know I did it back when I played this game as a kid, but it's pretty lenient with its time. The nice part about the RNG minute also is that usually the keys in here stay out of your way. Not the case here, though. So far, there have not been a lot of glitches. I know what you're thinking. Gee, this run's kind of boring. It's like playing it casually fast. You're right, in some regard, but there is a glitch coming up, and it's amazing. I do not like this mini-boss. But in the Japanese version of the game only, the hitbox for the mini-boss exists before you actually fight him, like start the fight. So you can just throw 5 bombs, like so. And boom, he's dead. I believe it doesn't save any time over an optimal RNG fight. But hey, it sure is fun to not have to deal with him. Unfortunately, we do have to deal with him in Onyx's castle, which is not fun. Keys and green platforms are quite honestly one of the worst things in the game. So whenever they're together, it's the worst room in the game. All of them together are equally on the same level of being the worst room in the game, except for perhaps the magnet keys room in Dungeon 5. So coming up next is a big boy. He's a little hungry, so we're gonna help him out. Fortunately, it gets him bloated, so we're gonna spike him. We keep him on this pattern because that cuts down his runtime. And his name is Dodongo, more like Dodungo. Ah. Save and quit, and then we do another hard reset because we're going to do another RNG manip for a ring. I'll listen for 3 high-pitch slashes in a row, and then 2 high-pitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Maple spawns every so often, like after you kill 30 enemies, I believe. So we manipulate it so that she drops a certain ring. The ring that I got is the level 2 heart ring, which I'm going to go get appraised right now. Once you put it on, every so often when you walk, you'll regain a heart, which is really helpful in a game like Seasons, where you have a small amount of iframes and enemies later on that can do some real heavy damage. Like Fire Keys, for instance, can knock you in a corner and consistently just remove a heart of damage with its flame that it drops on you. And I visited that Ember Tree because it'll serve as a warp later on. I overmeshed. Come on, the pun wasn't that bad. And that's the end of the RNG manips. Up. Oh yeah, because I was like, why is this all weird and wrong? And then I was like, oh yeah, I don't normally visit the screen with the cat, so the RNG is different. This is Blano. He forces us to box him in this game for all the times that he gets skipped in all of the Link's Awakening runs. Anyway, we punched him out of the ring and got boxing gloves. For our boy, Ricky the kangaroo, who is not a good animal companion, but the fastest to get. In Seasons, you buy the flute, if you want moosh, like there's a flute in the store that you can buy for 150 rupees that'll get you moosh. If you want Dimitri, the red swimming dodongo, you have to do 6 rounds of Subrosian dancing. It's torture. And Ricky, if you just go through the game normally, you'll get his flute. But his jumping is weird and inconsistent. Like sometimes he'll jump forward and sometimes he'll just slowly walk forward. It depends. So he's annoying to work with, but he's the fastest. This guy doesn't know what to do with himself. That's why he's holding his head. He's very, very sad that he lost his key and the whole floodgate's been blocked up and floodwaters are blocking everything. But now we have Pegasus Seeds, so we can move fast. And later on, once we get the feather, it'll be used to make a lot of jumps. Then we put the key in the rock to open the gates to release the waters. I am always curious how a dungeon that was once flooded suddenly has all these monsters in it as soon as you exit Subrosia and make it summer. And what happens to everything down the swamp once you release the floodwaters and flood it. So we turn it to winter because there is a cave down here blocked by a tree that defoliates in winter. Which we need to get a jewel to enter the area so that we can enter the area with Dungeon 6. I mean, I guess you're right. That was a jump punch. Ricky can, like, jump and punch at the same time. It saves time for me to build up a tornado. But I mean, how does everything climb up into the dungeon when there are no vines to get up into the dungeon? Okay, so now we're going to come back to Subrosia. When I played this game as a kid, I was tortured because I dug up everywhere to find the star ore. And it can only be in one of 4 places. So we got it 3rd time. Yeah, I got a square. It's very important. But yeah, I would dig up the entire beach, but it can only be in 4 spots, and we got it the 3rd time this time. Anyway, we are back with Rosa, and this time we gave her a ribbon, so she likes us. So we're going on a date. A speedrun with a date. Maybe this is what they call speed dating? Anyway, we need her because she has a key, and for some reason, people who built the Temple of Seasons thought it would be important to lock the Summer Tower. Seasons and ages happen differently. No, not really. They're like a continuation of the same game. I mean, technically in Ocarina of Time, you're engaged to Ruto, and you're totally hitting on Malin, and Saria, and Zelda. It's, you know, as what Link does. Anyway, we used her for the 1 key, so we're going to just dump her. Bye, Rosa. I'm never going to see you again. So that was a nice little date. Fun, relaxing time. Now back into King Gru's pouch. So I'm gonna try something dumb. In Dungeon 3, there is another room with a lot of wall masters, and you can manip that too so that you don't have to fight any. Also, instead of using your shield like you're technically supposed to kill these guys, you can just flip them over with a shovel. So I'm going to attempt to do the hands manip so that I don't have to pull out my sword and kill any of the wall masters in this next room. However, it's hard, it's tight, and it's irritating. So, no guarantees that I'll do it. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. That was really scary. I thought I was gonna get hit because of my erratic sword slashing. Link clearly has a crush on Din, but obviously the only woman in this game for Link is Impa. Impa is true waifu. So we're gonna move quickly to the room with the feather. These guys decided to spawn in a bad spot. So instead of going in here and... Oh my god, please. Can I get the seed? I really want that seed. Thank you. Oh, I didn't do it. So, this room is not fun. And I messed it up. I was supposed to try and jump, which I think I would have gotten it. No! God. And I jumped both too late and too early. So I fell down. But shouldn't Link be a girl and the Zora be a guy? Although in Breath of the Wild, that Prince Zora was pretty fine. I cannot deny. Also, I know that all of you are very concerned right now because the sword is on the A button and that is a wrong place for it to be. I understand your concerns and I will be changing it. And I just messed that up because of course I did. Wow, I am very good. So I didn't get it at all in this run. Normally I'm better at this. It is, and I will be blaspheming the sword on 2 more times in the run. This mini-boss is weird and lame. There are 3 of him, and he jumps around the room when you take him out. Speaking of Shape of Water, man, those tentacles. The worst skip in the game is HSS skip, and it is harder than LADX rooster skip. Because LADX, you can buffer. Oracles, you can't. If you watch the Ages run, HSS skip is similar to D2 skip, if Dren did D2 skip. Like, technically you can buffer in Oracles, but frame perfect buffering is very, very hard. Yeah. With the save and quit screen, you get like frame perfect buffers. It's really nice. That's one of the reasons why I like, well, it's one of the reasons why LADX is a nice speedrun. This is Mothula. Oh, nice. Mothula is one of 2 dungeon bosses to not be from the original Legend of Zelda in this game. The Mothula is from A Link to the Past, and the only original boss in the game is Medusa Head in Dungeon 8. And the reason why all of the bosses are like a retread of Zelda 1 bosses is originally this was supposed to be a remake of Zelda 1. But then they decided to go for the game duology, which was originally supposed to be like a 3-type sort of secret game connection. But that got scrapped because the secrets were too hard. And so the third game, which dealt with time and was like the Oracle of Secrets, I think. I don't know if it was the Oracle of Secrets or not, but it dealt with time, was wrapped up into Oracle. No. It was a color-based. It was a color-based game, and its stuff was wrapped up in Oracle of Ages. So you can see that in like the color themes that Ages has. So while going through here, I am looking for a specific seed drop of Pegasus seeds. I already got a scent seed drop, which is helpful for the boss of Dungeon 4. I did not get my Pegasus seed drop, which is fine, but it's helpful. Then I banish the Ricky flute to the bottom of the screen because I will never see Ricky again, and it is amazing. Because Ricky is irritating to work with. But now we're going to see the best animal companion, like the most fun, because he swims in water and swims up waterfalls, and that's amazing. So in order to actually get Dimitri, you have to trade those little hooligans bombs. So they take all your bombs in the inventory, but you need bombs for Dungeon 4. So coming up, I'm hoping to get at least 1 bomb drop so that I don't have to take an extra, like, 2 seconds to get a chest in Dungeon 4. So what you're supposed to do there is hit all the eyes at once, which I did technically because I did not slash my sword twice. Before we would line it up so that we would actually hit them all at once, but Dren found that you could like if you didn't slash your sword and just hold your sword like that, you could do a spin slash, and it would count as hitting them all at once. And that's it for Dimitri. We will never see you again, and it is so sad. Now I know what you're all thinking. This is an exciting run. I can't believe it. Well, don't you worry. This is about to get so much more exciting because of the best part of the run coming up. I'm shaking in my seat just thinking about it. We get to do hide and seek again, but this time longer. So these are the Strange Brothers, and they trade you something called the Fool's Ore for your feather, which they then go and bury in their treasure grove, but they have to make sure that no one's following them, so you've got to hide from them while they're prancing around the screen. You can't move off screen until both of them are off screen, so it's just waiting here. Isn't this fun? So much fun. But about the Fool's Ore. The Fool's Ore actually damages enemies, and has the same damage value as the Master Sword. Like, that sword that you can only get when you link the runs. So, it sucks that you can't have the Fool's Ore and the Feather in your inventory at the same time, because you could totally one-shot enemies with it. But yeah, we don't actually get to keep the Fool's Ore, since you can't leave Subrosia without the feather from this area, and you can't keep the Fool's Ore if you grab the feather again, so it's sad. Someone did hack the game to see what exactly damage value you get from it, and it one-shotted like all of the enemies. There was a blue Lionel this person found. I think it was Green Tunic who was messing with it. He hit a blue Lionel and it killed him in one hit. So, I know it's sad that it's all over. I'm sad too. That's what I wanted to do. So there's a jump that I'm going to attempt that I get like half the time. That was not the jump. That jump I always get, except for sometimes when I fail it. This jump, which I got. Nice. I don't know where to jump to get it. I just know that in one spot I jump and I get it about half of the time. So I always go for it. Oh, I didn't explain summer. Summer dries out lakes and grows vines. In spring, flowers bloom. Big flowers that shoot you up cliffs, and rock flowers, which bloom in spring so that you can cut them with your sword. Also, bananas grow. Which is important because we're going to get the most cuddly of the animal companions now, Moosh. I love Moosh. Also, we have the second glitch in the run coming up. So, I sort of wall clipped into the rock mushroom there, and by doing that I was clipped into the rocks so that I could grab the rooster through the rocks rather than going around and cutting flowers. And then I jump into the pit, and I walk into a pit, and I jump into a pit. As you can see, I like pits. So, hopefully, no bomb. This is Moosh. He's a big bear with tiny wings and he can hover. And I think he's just the most adorable animal companion. Just look at him, he's so cute. Aww. Look at this little guy. So we come into this cave to set up a save and quit spot. Oracles work sort of different from LADX because in Oracles you have height detection for things. Like if I jump over an enemy, I can't hit them with my sword like I can in LADX. But I can also jump upstairs unlike LADX. Also in Oracles, AB start select is a soft reset, whereas in LADX it's your save and quit menu. Also, enemies' hitboxes are bigger in Oracles and you have a lot less iframes. And in general, no, you have wall clips, but you can't do super jumps with them. And going out of bounds and clipping, like jumping into the out of bounds and walking through them, that's not really possible since walls are just harder in Oracles than in LADX. So this is the 4th dungeon, and this is where the run really starts to pick up. Oh, right, I forgot I need to equip bombs. So, as you can see, like Ages, Seasons has very, very complicated puzzles, like pushing pots onto buttons. In the way I remember the games being described to me in the walkthrough, back when I was a kid, Seasons was the more power-based game, like action-y and fighting, and Ages was the more puzzle-based game. So I always like to comment on the very difficult challenge of Seasons puzzles, because they're not usually that hard. Yeah, this dungeon music is on fire, like legit. Though not as good as Tarmaroon's music. Tarmaroon's music is the best music in the game. Bar none. So I do a pause buffer there so that I can move through that room faster with my Pegasus seeds. Oh my lord, I actually did that room without falling. It's amazing. Oh yeah, like Jabu Jabu's belly. Oh my lord. Jabu's belly was so annoying in Ages. And we're going to blaspheme the sword again by putting it on the wrong button. I know, I'm sorry. It hurts my soul to do this, but it's fast. It's all in the name of speed, I swear. Oh yeah, that puzzle was so hard. Well, there is a puzzle in Dungeon 8 that was hard when I was younger. that we actually skip because of HSS skip in like a ice puzzle. Once we beat the mini-boss, this dungeon utilizes save and quit very heavily because minecarts are slow. So, I don't know this guy's name, but both torches need to be lit and you need to hit the one with the shadow under him. If both torches aren't lit, then, but you can't hit any of them, and you already can't hit the ones without the shadow underneath them, it just makes the guy with the shadow underneath, really? We're gonna do this now. With the shadow underneath him invincible. And then we get the slingshot. Oh yeah, anecdotal times to back when I was younger. When I first played this game, I could not figure... No, it's not Aghanim. It's similar to Aghanim, but it's not Aghanim. I could not figure out how to get the rooster across the gap, so I just skipped Dungeon 4 completely and went to Dungeon 5. And then I couldn't get to Dungeon 6 because I needed the slingshot and the essence for Dungeon 4. Huh! Those bats in that room really like to mess you up by getting in the way of your slingshot. That jump is tight, and the bats like to mess you up. Bats in this game are terrible, and they hate you with a passion, because they always like to mess you up. Like, ever, just not. So you're supposed to kill these guys, but killing Wizrobes is annoying, so we just Gale Seed them away. Wait, no. I don't do that yet. Ugh, I thought I did that well enough. I really did not jump late enough for that. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, that was bad too. So we're just going to do the slow move here. I don't like that jump. I hate that jump. I hate this room. So for Goma, technically you're supposed to hit her claw off and then hit her eye. But that makes the fight a lot more annoying. So we just line ourselves up so that we can hit her eye past her claw. And beat her like that. Super quick, super simple. I want to close my door, but I can't get up to close it. But we gotta go get our triangle. Similar to those triangles that torment children in Oregon. Shoutouts to Gravity Falls. I love that show. Or, you know, don't press the A button. Instead, just press the Pegasus C button, because that's what I'm supposed to do. So there's a lot of cool jumping you can do here. To get a bomb flower. Nope. This game has no major game-breaking glitches or anything. We will visit Tomato Soup Lamb 2 more times. Now, the Subrosians aren't soup wearing hoods. That'd be interesting if they were, but they're not. They're just strange hooded people. There are 2 skips in Dungeon 7 and 8. They all wanted to be a part of the Mage Collective. I mean, ZB is right. Technically, we can do text warping, but there's no spot actually in the game where we can pull it off without breaking it. Like, there is a text warp that has been found so that they could warp from the Maku tree to the Lost Woods. But you can only do that by hacking the game and taking the pirate skull out of the desert. So, yes, you can break the game. No, you can't actually break the game without pre-breaking the game so that you can actually break the game. And this is Unicorn's Cave, and I don't like this dungeon. It's irritating and annoying. Also, it's minecart's the dungeon. Oh yeah, also, so this game has jumping and magnets. So quite obviously, Breath of the Wild is just a fancy round hack of Oracle of Seasons. Because it has magnets and jumping. But how do the minecarts move? That's a real question. They don't have any engines on them. None of which are glitches, though. Well, they just discovered that one glitch thing. Ah, magic. That makes sense. Like the trains in Spirit Tracks. So that was bottom, top. Top, bottom. I have to open the chests in the order that I killed the Armos. Otherwise, anti-fairies will spawn. Oh yeah, no problem. I figure I'm here, I might as well. As long as I'm explaining what the run is. Also, there's not a whole lot to explain in the run. Oh wait. Did I do this right? Oh yeah. I messed it up. I guess there's another semi sort of glitch, maybe. I don't know if it's a glitch or not. But whenever you use the magnet glove on a blue magnet thing like this, you can... Really? Walk over pits like that. The only way to pit walk RTA. There is a thing that's pit walking in the game, which requires a lot of inputs, like frame perfect, but you can walk, like, each pit is like its own tile, and there's a line between those two tiles where you're being pulled into each pit, and if you can maintain link on those tiles, you can actually walk across pits. However, the only way to actually do that is via tassing. Humans can't do it. This is Steiger. Okay. I still can 3-cycle him, I've just got to get hit by him after I... Okay, I missed it. Yeah, you'll get to see just how bad pause buffering is in Oracles when I do HSS skip. Another good thing about Heart Ring is that in this dungeon, the only... Oh, Lord. That was bad. That was really bad. I messed that up. And I thought I had... Oh, I'm just going to do that. because I'm going to die anyway. So, that didn't happen. Whatever you saw, no, totally didn't happen. I swear. It was a mass hallucination by all y'all. That's how the room's supposed to be done. No, but I did a soft reset. Okay. So this is Dig Dogger, and he's annoying. And I just really can't seem to hit any of those really easy targets. Exactly. Mashy gets me. Oh my lord, it's a 3 cycle. This is a really bad Dig Dogger. No. N stands for north and S stands for south. Because it's magnetic. It's sort of like a north-south polarity. But yeah, that Dig Dogger was terrible. Oh, wow. I'm just pressing all the bad buttons. And those spawns were exactly what I wanted, totally. No, that works. That happens. Magnets are hard, yo. So, mystery seeds can have the effect of any seed when you shoot them, except when you use them on a owl statue, which does a mystery seed, or this thing, which acts like a mystery seed because you need to use a mystery seed to unlock it, to unlock the black beast, to get the final jewel. And we do that just to save and equip so that we don't have to equip Ember Seeds and then back to Mystery Seeds. Usually you'll be able to use the Mystery Seed and light the torch with the Mystery Seed. And we are in the best music in the game. Tokeis are boring though. Like, Tokeis aren't fun. Subrosians are so much better than Tokeis. Although, I did like how Ages had you interact with a lot more races. Like, you had 2 Goron dungeons, a Zora dungeon, a Tokei dungeon. It was pretty fun. Wow. I completely forgot that I had Pegasus Seeds. I just didn't even use them. I was just talking about how much I liked Ages, and then I was like, oh yeah, I have Pegasus Seeds, why aren't I using them? I'm smart. Oh, and then I forgot to do that, too. Nice. Oh, fall. I forgot to say what happens in fall. In fall, leaves cover pits so that you can walk over them, and mushrooms ripen. So in seasons, unlike ages, you can get the noble sword without going through the whole horribly long trading path, because the trading side quest gives you a phonograph to give to a Deku who tells you how to get to the level 2 sword. But as long as you know how to get to the level 2 sword, you can just get the level 2 sword, which is going left every time, going from the coldest season to the warmest season. And we have the level 2 sword, which makes fighting a lot easier. Then we go through that pattern. Ooh, nice. Sometimes that ball and spike guy likes to spawn over the flower, and it's like, guy, really? Did you have to do that? Also, we get our first look at the hag. She's a mysterious woman who goes, oh ho 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 ho, and laughs about how you're doomed to failure. Dungeon 6 is annoying because it's RNG heavy. Not as badly RNG heavy as Ages, but still annoyingly so. There is an RNG puzzle in Seasons, like in Ages, but it's a lot more forgiving. Totally what I meant to do, and not to jump over the pit. So this is one of the reasons why having a heart ring is so nice, because if I were playing this without the heart ring, I would be worried about my heart count right now, because I'm, like, see, so low. But with the heart ring, I can just walk and regain hearts, and it's very nice. Also, we're finally gonna get the boomerang. You're supposed to get the level 1 boomerang back during Subrosion Dancing, but you can just skip it and get the better boomerang now. Which we do. I always loved it because it could kill Armos statues, which I hated because they were so annoying. that's one of the ways. Like, you saw how is jumping over the statues and not hitting them. That's one instance of, like, differences between LADX and Oracles, because in LADX, I think you would have been able to hit them, but in Oracles, you have to slash and then jump. Now we're gonna go over here, and hopefully... Yeah, I jumped way too early for that. Oh, I thought maybe I could burn them. But no, they're invincible to literally everything except Gale Seeds and Magnet Balls. This is the Indiana Jones room. You need Pegasus Seeds to get through here, but it's pretty easy. But if you do happen to get crushed, you get sent back all the way to the beginning of the dungeon. Because of course you do. And the last time I'm going to blaspheme all of y'all. Holy hell. Oh, I was worried I was gonna fall off the ledge. So up comes Vire. Vire is irritating. I thought I might get him. Oh, hey, that wasn't so bad. Vire charging at you is the ideal pattern, but he doesn't always like to do that. And so sometimes he'll spin around the room. But there is a way that if you like hold your sword out and you get some extra reach. So there are times where I can get Vire on circling without having to rely on bombs. So I've been trying to do that more often, just because it's a little bit faster. Also, that button room that we did, that was a random button, and it is random every time. Every time you go in there, it's like, oh yeah, it's a different button. So luckily it was the first time I went in there and the first try. It's similar to the Ages, pull the rope and see if you get the chest or ropes, but about 80% of the time I get first try button, so I think it's not that bad. Maybe if you added a Vire manip to it, I might be inclined to agree. Oh wait, right. This is Manhandla, an awful boss. I hope I don't go overestimate. Manhandla always manhandles me. Yeah, pretty sure I'm good with. So, another fun thing you can do. You can get your boomerang through those rocks. You can do that on any of them, but if you buffer the boomerang out of the menu from those stairs, you can actually just shoot them through the rocks and hit the switch rather than... Oh. Going up and using it the other way. I'm not explaining it well. But you would aim it from here around the corner rather than just a straight shot to the switch. So, you can actually deload in this game, well, the Oracle's games, but there are different types of sprites you can do. And you can't really stack anything in seasons unlike you can in ages. But I really, really, really would like to find some way to possibly deload that pirate guy to get into the desert early. I know that's not going to happen, but like, a boy can dream. Also, this is all like similar to the Star Ore, where you have four different places it can be. Oh lord, it's in the 4th pit. It's in the 4th pit. Let's go. If you drop the head at any time and you go off screen, then the sandpit resets and you have to go grab the head again. One time in a run, it was the 4th sandpit, and I dropped the head on the way, and I was like, well, that's okay, it won't be the 4th sandpit again, and lo and behold, it was the 4th sandpit. I'm messing up my menu by going on about tales of past runs where I had really bad luck and bad execution. You can actually go into Subversion Dancing and play it to get the regular boomerang. It just shows you get the boomerang, but the magical boomerang still remains in your inventory. Also, this guy really doesn't like the word please, so if you tell him please, he gets offended and tells you to leave and come back. He really wants to be told yare instead of onegaishimasu. The reason we picked up the rock earlier so that we could jump here and get a quick shot over to the pirates who don't do anything. They just stay home and lie around, and if you ask them to do anything, they'll just tell you they don't do anything. I started singing that during this cutscene, and it really got me back into VeggieTales. So shoutouts to anyone who watched VeggieTales when they were younger. Oh. This is also a good song. I like this song. I do not like the main Pirates theme, though. Oh no! I'm sorry, Nova. I didn't mean to... I also haven't been mashing fairly well. Oh, you're actually gonna get to ski the skip now. So, in Dungeon 7, you're supposed to fight Pose to be able to get access to different parts of the dungeon. Because the Pose will be invisible in a room and blow out the torches, and if all the torches go out, then you get blown back to the beginning. However, we open that room. And with Pegasus Seeds, Power Bracelet, and Jumping, we can actually reach those stairs before these torches blow out. Hopefully I won't fail it, because I am known to do that. I did not fail it. I did fail it because I hate the stair hitboxes in this game. I was too far left, and even though looked like I was on the stairs, I actually wasn't. So shoutouts to stair hitboxes in this game, everybody. I love when that happens. I thought I was in it, but I wasn't. That was also bad. Oh my god. I'll do this. It should not take me this hard. Oh my god. This is not even a hard trick. I swear. I'm not gonna say this hasn't happened before, because it has. It totally has. I'm just embarrassed that it's happening right now. There we go. See? Totally. First try. What are you talking about? I totally didn't fail that twice. One of these Armos is a not alive Armos. And it's random every time. We have to go through this Armos twice. This Armos room twice. That has also happened before. I love... See, this is why I say bats and green platforms are the final boss of this game, because they're the worst of this game. Legit the most confusing puzzle in the game. IMO. Fool's jump is dumb. I will do a different fool's jump though. That is dumb. I will try it one more time, and then if I don't get it, I'll just not do it. There we go. That's a dumb jump, but I like it. So unlike the last Post Sister, we actually have to fight this Post Sister. So we gotta light it up. Light it up, up, light it up, light it up, up, I'm on fire! I swear that'll be the last singing out of my voice. I promise. I'm sorry for torturing your ears this way. It used to be that you had to do a lot of annoying jumps here. We just skip that now. And I go into that screen because I like to fall into that pit a lot. Then we clink our swords here. And now we got the Rock's Cape. And now the game is, let's jump over everything. Equip your Pegasus Seeds and your Rock's Cape, and you can jump over everything. It's great. Too bad it comes so late in the game, because there's so much fun stuff you could do with the Pegasus Seeds and Rock's Cape early on. I would assume so, but I don't know because I've not had Fool's Ore and gotten Rock's Cape. But that would be a neat thing to look at. Yeah, but didn't GT hack the game to get out of Subrosia with Fool's Ore? So, like, couldn't you try and hack the game? Well, yeah, that's just... I don't really care to see the possibilities in a vanilla game. I just like to see what happens. Also, if you hold right while you're falling there, you just walk onto the platform rather than having to line yourself up with the falling and the stairs and whatnot. Yeah. But think of the damage you could do with Fool's Ore. It'd be so good. Why did I do that? Why did I think I was going to equip Pegasus Seeds? So Gleeok here has 2 heads. You've got to kill them both in the same amount of time. Like if you... I don't think it one-shots bosses. But if you let a head off too long, it'll go back and regrow onto Gleeok. So you want to kill both of Gleeok's head in roughly the same amount of time. That's why you use Spin Slash, as not only are they more powerful, but you can hit both of the heads at once. Those seeds sure carry some life in them. That was a cheeky joke. I can't wait for after we get the last essence, and then Maku Tree gives us his seed, and it's a super powerful seed. That's an annoying place for it to be. So technically what you're supposed to do is turn the season to fall so that you can walk over this pit here with leaves on it. But like I said, Pegasus Seeds and Rock's Cape, it's just jumping over everything the game now. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain that. While you're shoveling, the shovel animation is pretty slow, so you can slash your sword to cancel the animation, because the sword slash is faster than a full shovel animation. Also, the only proper way to save the world is by bringing forth hellfire and damnation. Fiery storms of heavens is the only proper way to save the world. TBH. So coming up soon is the worst trick in the game. That seems only fair, yeah. So, this is Dungeon 8. Normally it was an annoying dungeon. Now it's a really annoying dungeon, because of a new trick in it called HSS Skip, Hyper Slingshot Skip. It's a double frame perfect bomb boost on ice. It's awful. But it saves like 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. So you have to do it. And I also promised you would see just how annoying buffering in Oracles is. Some people do save and quit buffering. I'm not good at save and quit buffering, so we're just going to buffer with the start menu. Yes, getting rid of Frypolar is very nice. So we're going to save. I think this was... Oh! We got it first try! Holy hell, we got it first try! I am hype as hell right now. We got it first try. Let's go! So, that skips half of the dungeon. That jump right there. Easy peasy every time, first try. So, by doing that, you skip the entire bottom half of the dungeon, and now basically it's just, let's go throw ice into pits. Sorry, I was way too hype to get that first try. I was not expecting that. So by skipping that, we skip the bottom half of the dungeon. We get to skip one of the keys here because we carry 2 keys with us from the beginning of the dungeon, which means we get to skip dropping the ice block into this pit on this screen. So yeah, quite a bit of time save. Also, that guy, that one Wizrobe in particular, is the worst enemy in the game, bar none. Because I swear, he homes onto you like no other enemy in the game. None of the other blue Wizrobes are nearly as annoying as that Wizrobe right there. I will go on and complain about that Wizrobe forever, because it is the worst Wizrobe. But yeah, normally we would have to go up those stairs to get a key from, that's being guarded by like some wisps. But we get to skip that key since we bring 2 keys with us from the beginning of the dungeon. Oh, I forgot that wasn't a long minecart ride. But yeah, shoutouts to Flocked. For the first time that skip was done, Flocked did a 30-minute video of him attempting it, and he got it once, and then we whittled it down from there. No, 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 don't jump into the cart. Please, please, please. There we go. So yeah. That was a fun time. I have jumped into that cart before after dropping the ice, and then you have to go all the way back to the beginning to get another ice block, and it is not nice. It is not fun. That room is terrible, and I do not like it. But now we're on to Medusa Head. Also, shoutouts to Medusa Head, because one time I had a run. I got, like, first try HSS skip, and then I died to Medusa Head, and I was crushed. Also, I hate when she does this. We skipped the 8th heart container because there are fairies and I have the heart ring. I skipped the 8th heart container. Now the Maku tree. DHC is not mandatory. But yeah, the Maku tree tells us to come to him because he's got a present for us. I know, I'm cheating. But now the Maku tree gives us his seed. Surreal, if I die to Onyx, I will time you out in my channel. Tresco, please. So with the Maku Seed and all 8 essences, you can break the barrier to get to Onyx. I think if you have just the 8, like the 8th essence, you can actually get the seed. IDK, if just with the 8th essence and the seed, you can break through the barrier to get to Onyx though. But yeah, the hag was Twinrova. Surprise. I have enough Gale Seeds to do this. Which is what I like doing. With... That was dangerous. That feeling when the facade blows you, it's always amazing. 2 blows in a row. Nice. Okay, I want you. So now we're on to Onyx. Onyx wears a lot of armor, and you can't hit him with a normal slash, so you've got to spin slash him, unless you have the red ring. Or the Master Sword. Normally, you're supposed to hit Din away with the Rod of Seasons, but you get double hits through electrocution, so I just take the damage and then kill this phase faster. Now we're on to Dragon Onyx. Which is hard and annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is time. That was a sexy Onyx fight, I'm not gonna even lie. God, that was amazing. I love that fight. Thanks for the GGs. Thanks for everything, everybody. You are all very wonderful and amazing people. Shoutouts to Mashi for setting this up. Shoutouts for Trezco and the ZSR channel for hosting the Sttanerthon. You are all amazing and wonderful people, and oh yeah, there's a Flame of Destruction lit now, which there's totally going to be a Linked Oracles run later on in this marathon, and y'all should totally watch it because it is a sick run and it's fun as hell. But thank y'all, I'm going to go off now. See ya!